is the Celebrity Afterlife Report podcast.
Hello, yes, it's me, the celebrity medium, back from my cross-country trip. Yes, I have a horrible cold and I'm croaking, and I apologize for that, but I really wanted to do this report for you today. Other than the cold, it feels great to be behind the Celebrity Afterlife Report microphone again after a brief break. During my absence, I was in contact with my next world paparazzi friends, and I'm ready, willing, and somewhat able to pass along to you what they told me. It's never dull in the afterlife in the past 2 weeks, with no exception. So alright, let's just get right to it. A few weeks back, I reported about a meeting between Christopher Reeve, who played Superman in 4 films, and George Reeves, who portrayed the Man of Steel in the 1950s TV show. At the time, there was no particular suggestion that the two might be working together in any projects. Well, if there's one thing I've learned about the next world, it's that things rarely stay stagnant for long. So now comes word from my only source who's ever been willing to be named publicly, Diana Spencer, better known as Princess Diana, that Reeve and Reeves will be co-starring in an upcoming movie. Now, while Batman vs. Superman was something of a critical and commercial disappointment, Afterlife producers are hopeful that a Superman vs. Superman movie will capture the imagination of the next world public. Yes, the two actors with similar last names will both be playing the son of Krypton. Exactly how that's going to make sense apparently is yet to be worked out, but according to Diana, the rumor is that it will involve parallel dimensional versions of the legendary character. Whether one of them is going to be an evil Superman while the other's the good guy, I don't know. That seems to be the only logical way to get them into a head-to-head battle. It's an interesting concept, I think. Even if it seems to be one of those things that will either be a huge success or something the actors leave off their resumes and just hope everybody forgets about. Reeve and Reeves are both said to be excited about the project and anxious to work together, but isn't that what actors always say when they start something new? We're just going to have to sit back and wait to see how it goes, I guess. Speaking of projects that haven't turned out quite the way they were planned, we have news from the set of Tammy's Court, the 5-day-a-week TV show starring former televangelist Tammy Faye Bakker. As regular listeners know, Tammy had a lot of heat with her co-star Jan Crouch, who also worked the Jesus Circuit on Earthly Plane TV. Jan, who was contractually obligated to keep wearing the over-the-top outfits and multicolored wigs she favored when she was alive, kept trying to upstage Tammy, which eventually led to a knockdown, drag-out fight on camera between the two women. Since then, the show has been in reruns, while someone to take Jan's place as the show's bailiff was sought. Finally, after several weeks, the show is about to be back on the air with new episodes. The new bailiff is none other than comedian Phyllis Diller. Listeners may remember her from her stand-up act, in which she always wore outrageous outfits and had her hair in a wild coif. My source tells me that the producers of the show had a long talk with Diller, during which she assured them that she was in show business for many years on the earthly plane, and that she understood perfectly what her role on Tammy's Court was supposed to be. Thus, reassured, the show's runners gave her the job, and immediately announced to the press that the show was back in production, leaving out any references to Jan Crouch or the problems between her and Bakker. Early word is that Diller has done a great job during some test shows, playing second fiddle to Tammy and laughing at all the right places with her signature cackle. I just love it when two stories we've been following happen to intersect, and that's exactly what's happening right now. Regular listeners know the ongoing saga of Marilyn Monroe and Jackie Kennedy, and how they have essentially exchanged personas. It's really weird. Marilyn has taken to wearing outfits identical to those the former First Lady owned back in the 60s when she's out and about with Jackie's earthly plane hubby, and Jackie's gotten breast implants and dyed her hair platinum blonde to emulate her rival. On a recent episode of The Report, I told you that a woman resembling Jackie in her Monroe drag was seen entering Marilyn's apartment building. Now that led to speculation that the two women were having a summit meeting to discuss their situation. Now while that has not been definitively proven, we do know that the two will be meeting soon to hash out their disagreement in public. The producers of Tammy's Court, the show I was just talking about, have announced that Jackie and Marilyn will be appearing on the program, allowing Judge Tammy to decide whether they can continue to ape each other or if they have to revert to their real selves. This will be in a special live episode of the show designed to draw attention to the fact that the show is back in production with a new bailiff. Word from my sources on the set is that the show is going to air in the next few days, and that it's expected to be the highest rated episode of Tammy's Court ever. Now exactly how all of this was worked out, I have not heard yet, but I can tell you that if I was in the afterlife, I would absolutely watch this episode out of curiosity, if nothing else. A few weeks back, I also told you that Abraham Lincoln has decided to go into mixed martial arts. He is in training to step into the octagon for ALMA, ALMA, Afterlife Martial Arts, an established promotion. I also told you that his current wife, singer-actress Whitney Houston, is completely against this change in careers for her hubby. At the time, I said the rumor was that Whitney was prepared to threaten to divorce Honest Abe if he insisted on fighting. Well, the other shoe has apparently dropped. I'm now informed by several sources that she has told Abe that the marriage is over if he gets into the ring. Friends are saying that Whitney is hoping her threat will make Abe change his mind, but reports are that the former president is telling pals that he is prepared to call her bluff, and that he has also informed the promotion that he will be ready for his first fight in a few weeks. Word is that he has moved out of their home and is living, at least for now, at the gym where he trains for several hours, 7 days a week. It looks to me as if they're both trying to call each other's bluff, so the question is which one is going to cave in. I am truly sorry to see things come to this, as they've been a very happy, if somewhat odd couple up to this point. And I honestly and truly hope everything will end amicably for the two. Alright, I'm going to wrap things up now, and not a moment too soon before my voice gives out. Barring laryngitis, I will be back next week with more up-to-the-minute gossip about all your favorite C celebs. Please help out the show by telling your friends and family that The Report can be found on iTunes, in the Google Play Store, and on K-Chung, 1630 AM in Los Angeles, and that's all for free. I am the very hoarse celebrity medium. Thanks for listening.
You've been listening to the Celebrity Afterlife Report podcast. To ask a question about your favorite deceased celebrity, call 818-3-MY-DREAM. 818-3-MY-DREAM. 818-369-3732.